Welcome back to my channel, Sunshine Shoulders. I'm Calvin. Thank y'all so much for stopping back in today. I'm here in the backyard. Somebody's made a resting area up under this tree, man. It protects you from that scorching sun, which is not out today. It's New Year's Eve here in the Philippines. I just want to talk about something. The only money that you should be sending to your Filipina chatmate, and I want to reiterate that she is only a chatmate at this point. She's not your girlfriend. She's not your fiance. That's it. You have no obligation to support her, to send your hard-earned money overseas to a stranger. And I know in your mind you're saying, well, I'm just trying to help her because I know of her situation. Well, if you want to help somebody, help the woman down the street that you walk past 2 or 3 times a day, and you know she's struggling. But the only money you probably should be sending is if you've both agreed, okay, she's going to meet you at the airport, or she's going to come and meet you in Cebu. Then you send her money for transportation and her expenses. Anything other than that is an investment, and you're expecting something in return. But I got news for you. All of this investment that we're doing into these women over here is basically a Ponzi scheme when you really look at it. Okay, she's promising high returns, or you even may be thinking to yourself you're getting these high returns. Oh yeah, we're gonna get married. You're gonna have the best 2 weeks of your life. Okay, for your investment. Not realizing that she's recruiting more investors because she's chatting with 3 or 4 men. She doesn't know which one's coming over. But in the end, it's going to fail. It's going to collapse when you do it like that. Okay, once you start sending money other than to help the woman, now you're crossing that invisible line. You want sex. You become a sex tourist. But this message is for Filipinas too. Because if you're accepting that money, just know that he's expecting something when he gets over here. Don't act like you don't know that. You've heard that expression, don't let your mouth write a check your behind can't cash. Well, that's literally what you're doing here. Because when he gets here, he's going to want to blow your back out. But that's all we're doing is investing in strangers, and it's a bad investment. As much as I disagree with Bitcoin, I would rather invest in Bitcoin than some of these women over here. And the minute you start sending money, that argument of whether or not she doesn't want you for your money is out the window. You don't have a leg to stand on now. Okay, but that's the only money that you should really be sending if you want a level playing field that we're always crying about. Okay? Hey, Merlin going to the store. They're doing a lot of cooking and stuff today. It's different, guys, once you've established a relationship, I mean a real relationship, and that takes time. It doesn't mean because you come over here and, you consummate the relationship and you go back home. It's still not a real relationship yet. It takes time to build that trust and everything like that. I'm not preaching. I got this subject on my mind today because, I be trying to help men. I've sent the money. I've done all of that. Hindsight is always 20/20. If you're not learning anything after all these years over here, then what's the point of me being over here? If I can't share with you my experiences, maybe it makes it a little, your pocket, a little more healthier. Okay, you can hold on your money a little bit longer. All right, because investing in women over here, man, it's just a bad investment. I'm sorry, man. There's no obligation. For some reason, we get tied into that. We think, oh, man, you see her situation, and you're obligated to do it. But she's not your wife. You don't have children by her. She's not your girlfriend, man. She's not your fiance. And it could all end over a stupid argument that you had over the internet. Had so many guys to come over here. See, people think that I'll be using a small sample when I talk about my videos. They don't realize, man, my channel's a whole lot bigger than that 71,500 subscribers I've got. I literally talk, since on my 5 years of being on YouTube, I was literally spoken to, chatted with, talked on the phone, and met in person thousands of men. I saw where this old, everybody's doing these reactions to that video I made, a trick Filipinos play on black men and others. Everybody's just taking that and run with it. But they're saying, oh, you're projecting. That's only on your experience only. No, I literally talked to thousands of men. But even if it was just my experience only, that's enough, guys. Okay, your hard-earned money can go to better things. Okay, we're going to talk about how expensive it is to come over here. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. The first year I ever came to the Philippines, 2009, I came 4 times. 3 times I paid the regular, $1,200 to $1,500 round trip. But the last time, around Christmas time, this is how crazy I was at the time. I spent $3,995 for a round trip ticket in economy. Okay, I know the mindset that you guys be in because I've been in that mindset. But see, I've been over here for a long, long time. All that's out of me now. So I'm talking to y'all through a clearer set of eyes. But anyway, I spent about, let's just say, $7,500 just on round trip tickets over here, man. Imagine if I would have invested that money in 2009 in Bitcoin or any type of investment. How much that would be worth today? That's what we were talking about. Is it financially responsible to go through the stuff we're doing? So I'm asking you this today. Is it financially responsible for you to send all that money over here to a woman that you don't know? She's not your girlfriend. She's not your fiance. She's just a chat mate. It's going to take time to build that trust. Okay, well, why are we investing all that money in these women when it's not going to work? Okay, remember I told you, first one's not going to work. So I just want to talk a little bit about that more. We could talk about this subject every day because there's somebody who's punching the send button right now. Sending money over, investing. You want something back. Okay, and ladies, if you only knew what these men wanted in return for their money, you may think twice about accepting that money. Don't let your mouth write a check your behind can't cash. Because when they come over here, they want a return on their investment. So if you're in America, if you're in the Philippines, wherever you are, find your heart to help somebody. Helping is one thing. Investing is another. When you want something back for the money you're sending over here, that's an investment. When you're helping people expecting nothing in return, that's helping. Because if I don't know anything else, I know this one thing for sure. We help other people, we help ourselves. Take care, stay safe, stay out of trouble. I'll see you next time. Don't do anything stupid. Stop investing in these Ponzi schemes over here because that's all it is. Okay, there's no transparency. You don't know the people. Okay, they're promising high returns for your investment. Okay, all the while she's recruiting new investors. She's chatting with 3, 4, 5 men. She don't know which one of y'all coming, but y'all all sending. But it's eventually going to collapse for the other 4. That's what happened with Maryland. She was chatting with 3. The other 2 guys who were sending money, it was a Ponzi scheme. She never met them. And once she met me, she never had any intention. But she didn't tell them. Okay? So I'm telling you, that rabbit hole runs deep. And the minute you send that first dollar, you've crossed that invisible line. Certainly when you want sex in return, now you're a sex tourist. You're no longer helping, you're investing. Okay? Just something to think about, guys. This is a subject we could talk about every single day. If I can help one man hold on to his money, because like I told you before, you're going to need that money when you come over here. Okay, why are you sending money to a woman that you don't know? There is no relationship yet. It could all end over some silly argument that you had over the internet. Ladies, don't let your mouth write a check your behind can't cash. These guys want to blow your back out when they get over here and all kinds of stuff. You have no idea the people that you're dealing with. You've got a cesspool of a dating pool over here. You don't know what you're getting. Some of these guys are maniacs.
Boots on the ground, don't do nothing stupid. Give that man his flowers, a tribute through music. If I don't know nothing, I know one thing. When we help others, we help ourselves.